She's got stuff on her mind.
She has hate comments. That's
right,
not saying.
Exactly. So here we are. The Aaron's gamer chat or game chat or whatever we're calling this thing this week. I don't know.
I changed the thumbnail, so that's what it should say. Aaron's game
I really don't know what it is. I think it's just Aaron just what is the term? Waxing poetic.
About video games.
We should just call it. We're talking about games or something like that.
This is our weekly chat to talk about what we've been playing over the last week, which usually isn't very much.
Yeah, no. The only time I played was yesterday and this morning.
So, all right, so we can get the short person out of the shot, and we can stop having her in there looking over our shoulder like angrily.
My stank face.
I know. Okay, you said that. I didn't say that.
My stank face. I'm trying to work on the stank.
Is this a normal everyday face or?
No, I rarely use this face. This is what I'm pulling out.
Okay, so what you got? What?
So yesterday, I went to go take a nap.
We're gonna look very disinterested for a minute.
Now, usually when I go to take a nap and Aaron's gonna play a game, he puts his headphones on and he's whatever the Assassin's Creed thing is. It's all quiet, right? Subnautica. It's quiet. No, tell me why these fools had their damn headphones on and down here they are screaming and yelling and slamming and cussing and swearing and yelling and slamming some more the entire time, so I cannot go to sleep. And when I did start to fall asleep, then I started having bad dreams because all of the pounding and yelling and screaming. That is not how video games are supposed to go during nap time, sir.
We did.
That's it. That's all you got to say. Are you done now?
No. Then I was cooking the dinner, and they're still playing the damn games with the cussing and the swearing and the pounding and the uhs. And the doorbell buzzes. I have chicken hands, and Aaron can't hear me yelling to go get the door. And he's still yelling, and swearing, cussing, and slamming. And so now I have chicken hands. I have to wash my hands and go answer the door.
Is there more?
I think my stank face is finished.
Okay, so when you're wearing headphones, usually what's happening is you're not hearing the world around you.
Turn that shit down.
Second, the idea of wearing headphones is if the sound of the game was actually being played out loud, that would have been as loud as us making it whatever noises we were making. So it would have doubled the amount of noise just by hearing the game. And you would have been hearing the game from 2 different floors.
Yeah. So it would have been less pleasant.
I'm sorry, but we were saving you.
You weren't saving me shit. You were interrupting
that's all I got to say about
nap
that.
time.
So, and
nap time is important.
Earplugs.
What?
That's all I got to say about that.
Oh my god.
All right. So, what game? Let's since the mommy brought it up.
Wait, we're not gonna cut mommy.
Oh, you want to cut her out now?
Yeah.
You don't want her in the shot?
She's not in the shot.
Really?
This ain't hers.
All right, hold on.
This is Aaron's.
Wait a moment.
I got an Aaron in my
We'll cut her out. Hold on.
Okay.
Can't have the hate commenter.
There was no hate. It was just frustration and aggravation.
Mm-hmm.
Did you me?
Yep.
That ain't nice.
Since you want to cut her out.
Oh, look at this too. Aren't you glad you don't have that?
Snow.
Lots and lots and lots of snow.
All right. She has been successful. Okay. Before we start back.
Yeah. See, I have nothing to say now.
Why? Because you were part of the whole interrupting my nap thing too. I could hear you all the way upstairs from the basement. Don't get me started again. I'll keep on going.
Okay. I think here's the problem.
You were loud as hell?
No. Whenever something is really difficult to the point where it makes us upset, you just say stop doing it.
Yeah.
Why
make
doesn't
yourself
fix
angry?
anything. Because if it's not challenging, it's not fun.
But so yelling and screaming and cussing and swearing is fun?
Yes. It is.
Getting angry and frustrated and aggravated and irritated is fun?
Because the game we were playing was fun. It was challenging. It was
didn't
difficult.
sound like it was fun.
Rocket League is fun. It's challenging. It's difficult.
Ugh.
If you don't have that, you have to turn the monitor back on.
Don't be talking to the disembodied voice over there. We cut her out of the shot, and then you want to turn around and talk to her.
Well, I had nothing to say.
No, you did have something to say. You could be telling the people what we were playing. What were we playing that caused such problems?
Oh, so bright.
You look like kind of God.
Kind of ghostly.
Wow.
Wait, maybe we should turn
do?
that light.
What
like
can we do? Go ahead, turn it off. Let's get some mood. We're gonna have mood.
He's looking like his mama today.
Oh boy.
This is how we had it before. Yeah, a little better.
It's
a little bright on that side.
Oh, don't look at it.
Okay.
You talk to the people. I'll fix this.
There was a big weekly Steam sale, just like there always is, and this week they decided to have some games free, and some of them had like a trial period. So there was this one game called Disc Jam that I looked at and thought it might be interesting because it was like Tron Tennis. So you're throwing a disc. It's back and forth, and you can bounce it off walls.
And Teddy Riley was there, right?
What?
Jam.
Oh God. Ooh, that just made it like the same brightness. It's a little better. It evens it out a bit.
Jam. Oh, jam. Okay.
I thought it would be interesting, and it was free for a time. So I got it, played a little bit of it, thought it might be fun, told Daddy to get it, we played.
You interrupted my nap.
I think it's not a hard game.
It's easy to pick up the movement and stuff.
It's not really all that difficult. It's kind of like a tennis, but you're looking at your player's back, and then you're seeing the other player on the other side of the thing. So you're not looking at it Pong style. You're looking at it. You're looking at the whole court.
Right. And your camera doesn't move. You just run around the screen.
Right. So it's okay. It was fun.
Yeah.
Apparently, lots of people play it.
Yeah.
Apparently, lots of people have been playing it.
Yeah. Except for the Dodge one. Nobody was playing that because I tried to. Because you can single out which mode you want.
Okay.
And I went and singled out just that, and I couldn't get any games. So I guess I think it's new though in the game. But
not like in the you're like
is
Mr. Light Bright up there.
Yeah, I don't.
Why are you so bright?
I don't know.
Is it a skin tone problem?
Probably.
Oh God.
Is it from his mom?
I mean, probably. I don't know if it could be.
I mean, if we do this, then
Oh
it's really moody, and you're still
still really bright,
dude. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm bioluminescent.
You're bioluminescent, so if I turn off all the lights, you're still gonna be.
I'll glow in the dark.
You're still gonna be like glowing. We'll just leave it there and let you glow then, glow boy. So, what's the name of this game?
Disc Jam.
Disc Jam. It was free. It's coming to the end of its free time for this weekend.
I think it's over now because when I came up here, it was at 2 hours.
Oh, that's so sad. I don't know
but
if I want to get it.
It's still on sale for 59 pesos.
Oh, it's cheap.
Yeah.
And small.
Yeah.
That's really not the issue. What else did you play?
I don't know.
What?
One thing I don't like about it is the fact that if you turn around and the disc hits you in the back, you just fall over.
Well, the idea is there's a mechanic in the game that allows you to be hit in the back.
Yeah,
you don't
like
just
that.
automatically catch it just because it ran into you. You actually have to be turned around facing it in order to catch it.
Which kind of sucks because then
if you're running away and it can hit you in the back.
But if you're trying to lead your catch and you go to grab it and you don't turn around, it smacks you in the back and then you're sad. And one thing...
And you get to ragdoll yourself.
Yeah. Also, the longer your volley, it counts all the throws. And then when you score, then you get all of the throws are your points.
Yep.
Which is
and if you get an ace, like in tennis, if you get an ace, then it's 10 points, which is kind of nice.
That's on the first throw, isn't
it? That's an ace, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The serve. When it comes to you,
yeah.
If you score on that one, then it's 10 points. But yeah, it's an okay game. I think it's I don't know. I haven't really leveled up anything.
No,
I haven't gotten far enough because to level up you have to do the online multiplayer.
Yeah.
Thing. I've only played one of those.
Yeah, I did a couple this morning just to try to.
But did you win?
No.
See?
I won nothing. I won one game against a guy, and as soon as I won, it was like 3-1. And as soon as I won, I won, and the other guy won 3 times because we kept rematching.
Oh.
Yeah. As soon as I won, he left. It was like, you won 3 times. You're that much of a sore loser.
But that's not being a sore loser. Maybe you're supposed to play a different person. And beating you probably doesn't help their stats because your stats are so low. Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, if you're gonna have a competition, like if you're trying to go up in the ranks, playing somebody that just started doesn't really help you.
Probably not.
So that's that game that we played.
And then you started For Honor.
Yeah, I did that this morning. I'm sort of regretting it now.
Don't regret it. You just have to get better at it. It takes a minute to get good at it.
See, I don't know. Some games should not. I mean, I get and The Witcher did this too, where you go and you kind of have like a training thing where you're supposed to learn how to fight, but you're not in the game, so you're not learning slowly over time. You're learning all these things all at the very beginning in order to play the game.
Right.
And then you get thrown into a game that you are shitty at.
But you do have parts in like the story mode, in the main story, that it does teach you how to use that character.
I understand, but what I'm saying is they're throwing so much at you at the very beginning before you even know what the game is, and you're essentially terrible.
Yeah.
And then you go into that's why I stopped. I was like, I don't want to keep doing. I don't even want to go into the game now. I just did the tutorial. It's not even a tutorial. It's training. All I did was the training, and it was like, okay, that was exhausting. Just doing the training.
Yeah. Well.
You know, and then it's just like, okay, yeah, let's go do another thing. What's for breakfast? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's make a podcast. So I mean, I don't know. It's interesting that it has a lot of different moves and a lot of different stuff. But okay, think of it this way: you're playing Assassin's Creed, and the whole tree is full, and you now have to do all that stuff. What?
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
The only way that even makes sense, right?
Things,
There's only the only way that makes sense is to do it slowly over time. Like you've mastered all of these things, and you fought people that were at your level, and then to beat the next people, you leveled up a little bit, and now you can use those moves, and you're essentially learning I don't know, one move every 30 minutes or an hour or whatever of gameplay. You're learning a new move. You're leveling up slowly. But to sit there and be like, okay, so this is how you attack. This is how you block. This is how you do this. And you've got like 5 different things inside of each one of those things. And yes, you get some practice at it, but by the time you play the game, you've forgotten all of this stuff.
No, you don't forget.
Oh, no, I do. Totally forget.
Well,
and then you're like, okay, how do I do that thing again that I learned how to do 30 minutes ago in that training thing? So that, I don't know. I don't know how you make that, how do you balance that? I like the Assassin's Creed model better where you can choose, I want to learn how to use that thing, and then it's like, you get your points, you do that, you learn that thing, you use it on people, and it's just the next thing that gets put into your arsenal.
Primal had that. Not unlike the other Far Cry games. I don't know about 3. But Primal had skills, not just like in 5 how you have different equipment that you have, or you upgrade your weapon wheel or whatever. It had like make it faster when you crouch, or make it so that you automatically loot when you do a takedown.
Right.
Or
It's more like Assassin's Creed.
Right. It's similar to that.
Yeah. Because they've got the warrior, the hunter, and the assassin trees in Assassin's Creed. Those are the 3 trees, and then you choose where do you want to put your points. What do you want to become best at? You can make that choice.
Yeah, in For Honor, it's
a lot thrown at you at the beginning.
Yeah, which.
And now, what is this? What is this DLC? Marching Fire.
Marching Fire is their expansion.
Yeah.
With the Chinese characters.
And I don't even know what that means.
The Wulin.
All I know is it's, I got it.
You have it?
That's usually what I do. Yeah, man, Steam sale. Come on, man.
I didn't.
If you're gonna have a Steam sale,
I didn't care. I just wanted to play the base game.
Oh, see, yeah, I got it. You didn't get the good stuff, man. You gotta get the good stuff.
I don't care.
You will.
Not really.
At some point. I mean, if it's DLC, that means there's more gameplay. There's more, so you can play the game that you have, play the base game, and then you're essentially gonna have.
I still have to beat this one thing.
Yeah. That's kind of how. I haven't been back in Odyssey yet.
Really?
Nope, haven't been back. Maybe I'll get back today. Maybe.
If the mood strikes me.
Maybe I'll wait for your mother to take a nap.
Oh my God. Telling her, no, come down here. I will sit on you.
Oh, I'm not worried.
You should be. You won't be able to feel your legs.
Yeah, well, I can't feel them right now. Anyway, what else have you been playing? Candy Crush?
No, I don't play Candy Crush. You play Candy Crush.
Sure do. Candy Crush is it's still out there, man. Solitaire.
I rarely play any iOS games anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
You've moved on?
Yes.
Wow.
I have moved over to the PC game.
I think this disc game has multiple platforms. Is it on iOS? Because it gives you the choice to play against people in multiple things.
I know it's on PlayStation.
Yes, we saw that. Is that so?
I don't know if it's on iOS. I'll look when
I know all my students, they're all about Fortnite on their iPads.
Fortnite.
No, I'm saying that the idea of having all these different platforms to play on, and people, where do you choose to play? Why? And you've got the iPad Pro, the big one. You could be like.
I mean, yes,
you've got a nice big. I mean, you've got a nice big screen to be playing on.
Games look nice.
So why don't you play on the big screen? Go big.
Yeah. It's only 3 inches smaller than my computer screen.
Yes, but your computer screen is further away.
True.
Which makes it look smaller.
I don't know, because a lot of games don't have like controller support. So, but
you've got the controllers.
I know, but
he's got the cool Steel Series iOS compatible controller. I don't even have that.
But like, you don't have. I don't even think it will work with your iPad.
No, it works with iOS.
Oh,
It'll work with a phone.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It had nothing to do with the iPad. It had everything to do with working with iOS.
But touch controls are not great.
But you have a controller.
I know, but not all games can use the controller.
But you don't know because you're not trying.
I have tried.
Well, maybe you need to try again.
Like
maybe he needs to try it this week.
There's one game called Modern Combat, and that's like Game Loft.
Yep.
Their sort of Call of Duty kind of game. And the fifth one, Modern Combat 5, it can you can use a controller all the way through.
So what's the problem?
I did that, and when we were trying to,
You beat it?
No.
You 100%ed it?
No, I didn't 100%. I played with Frank, and I used my controller, and he would always get upset with me because I was using a controller.
Why?
Because I learned how to do it. I learned how to use a controller and use it well, and I could be really quick about it.
So what's the problem?
But
isn't that what you're supposed to do in a game?
Yes, but then with a touch screen.
But Frank didn't have it.
Right, he's sitting there swiping just to do this.
You can't have your gameplay dictated by Swiper. Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah, I know, but without the controller, which a lot of games don't use it, the controls are essentially the same, especially with like shooters and stuff.
I understand, but I'm saying you said that you're not playing iOS games.
Yeah,
but you could be.
I could.
Or I could just take the controller back.
Back? What do you mean? I got that with my own money.
I don't want to hear that. Dude, you don't have a job.
I had a job to get the money.
Man, please.
I took care of a dog.
Oh, God.
And got the money. Got the thing.
All right, so what else we playing? What else did I play this week? I don't think I really played much of anything.
I haven't played anything.
This is what happens when school starts.
I got a story about my uncle.
Really?
Yeah.
You got it?
I got it.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't played it yet.
You should play it.
I might play it.
You need to play it today.
Yeah, I'll play some
today.
It
sucks. It's actually fun. No. It's I think it's a really story about my uncle. It's got a really beautiful looking landscape, the world itself, because it's basically all dark and some things are lit up because in the world these things are lit up. So it looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's very challenging to use the way of moving since they're like essentially just little islands in space, and then you got to kind of move through the space, kind of like a Spider-Man, and you swing. So it's a lot like what Spider-Man can do, but it's all first person.
Yeah, which makes it
makes it a little more challenging.
Yeah.
And there's a story there of you're sort of learning about the story about your uncle. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I got to a certain point and I couldn't go any further for some reason. I either didn't know where to go or I couldn't go. I couldn't master the movement. But you'll move very quickly through the early part of it. And then it becomes a little more challenging and you start running around and you have to pick up everything and look at it and read it because you're trying to suss out the story.
Yeah. I did play another game, but it's not worth mentioning.
Then why'd you mention it?
Because I was gonna say something about
you just said it's not worth mentioning, but you mentioned it.
I know.
Go ahead. What is it? What'd you play?
Cuphead.
You went back.
Yeah.
You went back to the Cuphead. Ooh. Cuphead.
Still sucks.
Really sucks. It's not an easy
Still
game.
makes me want to pull my skin off. It's more fun to do.
It is really not an easy game. Cuphead is really challenging. It's challenging for one. It's challenging for two.
I don't think it's challenging. I think it's just infuriating.
That is definitely a game that you play when mommy is napping.
Hey!
Yeah, that is definitely one of those games because man, I'm sure there are many controllers that ended up inside of TV screens.
Oh yeah.
Inside of monitors. Yes, because
of Cuphead.
Oh yeah. God.
Oh yeah.
It is. I don't know. That's a hard one.
It sucks because I wish I could somehow get my save game off of your computer onto mine, because I did the whole first, well, except for one of the bosses, I did the whole first part of the world, and I got into the second part.
Well, a save is just a file.
What can I have? But how then would I
deleted the game?
Huh? You got rid of Cuphead?
Oh yeah.
Why? Why did you do that?
If you don't play it, why keep it?
It's just taking up space.
It's just taking up space.
I thought you played.
And if I re-download it, I should have all my stuff there because it was a Steam game, right?
No.
I should have all my stuff back.
That's not how that works.
That should save my progress.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah, but progress should be saved. Damn it.
You know, that's not how it works.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
In the cloud.
No. That's not how it works. Because I went and I got rid of Evolve, and I had several levels in that, and I was like, okay, I'm not playing this anymore. And I went back and I'm like, oh, I forgot I got rid of this. I want to play it again, and I was back at level 0.
Back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not worried about Cuphead. I didn't go that far anyway. It wasn't.
I just want to play the expansion, but that hasn't come out yet, and nobody really knows when that's going to come out because they haven't said yet.
Why do you want to play the expansion of Cuphead and you're terrible at Cuphead?
Everybody's terrible at Cuphead.
No, I'm saying why? What's the big deal about the expansion?
Because I want to see. I got to a point in Cuphead where I was playing it, and then I was like, okay, I can't get past this, so screw it. I'm just gonna watch other people play it. So I watched.
Here you go with the whole watching thing. Stop watching people.
I went to YouTube and I was like, screw it. I hate this game. I'm just gonna watch other people get upset at it, and so I know what happens. So I just want to know what happens in this new thing.
No, that's not how you know. You're supposed to play the game, and that's how you learn what happens in the game. Okay. You're not supposed to watch people playing a game so that you can learn what happens in the game.
I know what happens really well in the beginning part because I haven't gotten past it yet.
And that's the whole point of the game. Any platformer, it's you getting past it. You know, it's you being able to overcome whatever's happening in the screen. Just be happy that the screen doesn't move. Because in Cuphead, the screen doesn't move. Nope. You
running
move.
Guns?
No, in Cuphead, the screen doesn't move. You move. You're moving, and then the screen moves because you're moving. When you stop, everything stops.
Except
you can
for the
stand up.
levels.
You can, except for the flying levels. Well, yeah, but you're not really moving though.
There's one where you fight a genie, and there's parts of the levels where there are pillars, and there's a space.
Yeah. Okay.
And
then you have to fly through it.
Move, and you have to navigate through.
Right.
I think that was the last boss I tried to fight.
That's on like what is that? Jetpack thing.
Oh, Jetpack Joyride.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a game where the level is moving and you've got to get through it, you gotta build up those skills, man. Don't be hating on the Cuphead. Play Cuphead.
Everybody hates Cuphead. I don't know one person that has not
thrown their controller across the room. Speaking of controllers, I think I need to order my batteries.
Yeah, probably.
My batteries are old, and they're now I'm down to like 2.
Why can't you just buy them from all?
Maybe. I need to get the battery with the charger that matches the batteries. Because they're not all the same.
I think I saw the exact same one you were looking at on Amazon.
Well, they've got the Energizer one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Energizer.
They've got that.
Like with the bunny and everything.
Yeah.
So what else you got?
Everybody hates Cuphead.
What else you got for the people, man?
I haven't played anything else.
That's it. That's it for the week.
Yeah, I only played.
I told you it's gonna be quick, man.
I only played yesterday and today. I didn't play at all.
All right. So what? Since looking back, you not a whole lot going on. What do you want to play this week?
Story about my uncle.
Okay.
That just sounds weird.
It's really cool. You should watch him play it.
Possibly more of The Witcher.
Ooh, maybe jumping back into The Witcher.
Ugh, I don't know. The one thing I don't like about The Witcher is you have an overall goal. You go to Ciri's father and he's like, go find her because she's in danger or whatever. That's your overall goal.
At the beginning, anyway.
Yeah. For the whole game, as far as I know, that's what you're trying to do. And I got to a point where I was like, I was getting clues and trying to find out, what was happening. And I was making progress, and then I get to this one dude, and he tells me a little bit, and then he's like, okay, for me to tell you anything else, you have to go find my wife and child, who end up, actually being dead. And he knows it, but he just sends you on this fetch quest to go do this.
Why is that a problem?
Because it's annoying. It's
That's
like
what side quests are.
You knew what happened to them.
But that's what side quests are.
But it's not a side quest because you can't choose not to do it.
Oh, well,
it's like
it's part of the main quest.
Right. It's like no.
You're getting mad at the game for being a game.
No, I'm getting mad at the scenario.
Really?
Because if it was a side quest, like, can you go get this thing for me so that I can help this person, which you can do in The Witcher. It's like, okay, cool. You'll give me this thing if I go get this plant for you or whatever. That's fine. But if you know,
you're saying that you don't like. You're saying you don't like being sent on a wild goose chase in a game.
Yeah.
The whole game is a wild goose chase.
No, it's not. You know what you're supposed to be doing.
None of it's real.
Okay, that is irrelevant.
So it's all the wild goose chase. So you just go. So go chase the goose.
No.
Why not?
Shoot the goose and be done with it.
Oh, man, just have fun. Just go do the thing.
That's the problem. It's not fun. It's like it's almost like some of the parts of it feel like they're wasting your time for no reason. Because this dude is like, okay, for more information, I need you to help me. Okay, fine, whatever, I'll help you. But then when you're on the path to helping, you've got 50 other people that are like, oh, you have to do this thing for me and this for me. It's like, no, give me the information and let me go on my way.
You're a witcher. You're supposed to be helping people.
And see, I'm not going to be a jerk in the game, which I could.
That's like Assassin's Creed. You're an assassin. You're supposed to be helping people.
I know, but I could, because it gives you the option to just be a horrible person.
Yes, exactly.
Say, no, I'm not doing this.
That's right. No.
But
you
I'm
just
I
stick
don't
on the main quest.
Right, but I don't want to do that because the games that do that, it usually means you're gonna have a negative repercussion if you do that.
Exactly.
And it's like, I don't want to then deal with that other thing down the road.
Right. Don't be negative, man.
Right.
Be positive. Help people.
It's like, no.
Help the people. They right there. Help the people.
I'm not helping these people.
Help them people. They might be watching your gameplay.
I didn't record any of it.
Oh, that's so funny.
I should probably do because the one game that I recorded after like 2 months, because I did an Overwatch video, and then I recorded a game called Jotun, which is Norse mythology and you fight giants. After I posted that, it got like almost 20 views within like overnight. So 20. And
big time.
Yeah, and I only have like 38 subscribers. So I probably should post more videos, and then I'll have something to talk about on this. But
it's your game, chat.
Yeah,
I'm just here. I'm like the interviewer. If he plays nothing, there's nothing to talk about.
You play stuff.
Oh my.
That was louder than. Oh, is that
It
so loud?
stopped.
Oh, it stopped. Didn't you work, Magic Lantern?
Something happened.
Something that happened with the magic. So now is it just audio?
Yep.
Okay.
You're not talking.
I have nothing to say.
I'm playing a game.
You're playing Candy Crush.
I'm playing Candy Crush with friends. Or friends. Not with friends. Candy Crush friends.
Uh-huh.
It's a game. During your game chat.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about the iOS games. Something.
This isn't on. Oh, well, I don't play it on iOS. It's on it, but I don't play it.
Like all the games I have, I just don't like them anymore. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because, and some.
It's the controller.
No.
What's the controller?
I don't think it's
That's
the
why
controller.
he's not playing iOS games.
What? You don't like the controller? You want to give it up?
No, it's the
I mean,
controller
I'll take it.
is fine. The controller works perfectly. It serves its purpose. But something about just iOS games, I guess I don't know. I like games that have a story and you have like a mission to do.
Mm-hmm.
I like that kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of iOS games just don't have that, and they don't do it. And
Yeah,
when
because
they try to do
they're
it,
like
they
Candy
don't do it
Crush.
well.
You're supposed to.
Mindless.
Oh, the one had a story. The one where you kind of like the little thing where you float.
Yes, but that was a PC game first.
I know, but it was on iOS.
That was made by the same people who made the Jurassic World game.
You could float.
Yes, that game was fun.
You can play it on your computer now. I think it's on Steam,
I could.
and I think it's really cheap. Really cheap.
Yeah, because
You remember the name of it?
Lost Winds or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
it. Lost Winds.
Yeah,
That was fun
because
because
you played the first one.
you could
was like,
float.
yeah,
And it
was
had
fun.
wind, and you could
You
float
could
on the wind.
control the fire. Yeah, that game was fun. I think the only like what? What did you say? I didn't even hear what you said. What did you say?
It wasn't all that. Anyway,
It was fun to do.
It was fun then. I have a feeling that we go back and play it now, you're gonna be like, "This is some really slow."
Maybe.
On the iPad, it feels very different than on like a computer. You can be like, could you
Maybe.
imagine that game on a 4K screen?
Oh God. Okay, it may not. Yeah, it might not. It might not be too great like that then.
That'd be funny.
I think the only game.
All calm.
Yeah, I think the only like story-driven game that was kind of fun to play was the Nova game. Remember that one where you're in space and
You mean like, is that the no-go game?
Nova?
Nova.
No.
Spanish.
The
FYI, there was a car in the United States called Nova, and they had to change the name when they came to Mexico because
Same as El
it
Camino.
means no go.
Yeah, and that's not really.
And El Camino means
functioning
what?
well.
Walk?
Yes, Camino means walk.
That's funny.
Buy a car and walk.
Yeah.
That's what people do.
But the Nova game was kind of fun, but then all other iOS games when they
Maybe you just
some
need
games,
better games. Maybe you have to stop looking at free games.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the problem.
Okay.
No. My point is maybe that's the
do that.
issue with iOS games is not that they're iOS games, is that you're only looking at really the free
The
games.
free.
Maybe if you got the
99
other
cent.
games, all of a
Yeah,
sudden
maybe.
they're gonna be better. Like the Mario game is Mario,
Yeah, but
and that's a $10 game right there.
Goodness.
I got it. I barely play it.
Yeah.
If
I
you
had
have
it.
then Aaron can play it.
No, I had it. it because I
Mario.
could just play Mario on my DS.
No, but this is much better.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not better than the Mario I have.
Oh yeah.
Because I can go, if I really wanted to, I could go back and get the Game Boy Mario.
Why would you want to do that? Game Boy Mario
It's
was
fun.
not great. Really?
Yeah.
Game Boy. See, I never got into the Game Boy thing.
3.
Super Mario 3 is good.
Yeah, I had that.
Game Boy is not.
I had both. So, and I had the. I think it was either the NES version or the Game Boy version of Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah, and I don't like Kirby. Kirby was
That's
not
like
fun.
talking about Crash Bandicoot. Really?
I never did play that
Crash,
either.
Crash is on Steam though.
It is the remastered version. Yeah, maybe the
They need a high def PacMan.
isn't there?
No, I mean the original PacMan in 4K.
Why? What would be the point of that?
Hey, which is funny because the board in PacMan is like
That big.
is portrait, and
Yeah.
all of our screens are now widescreen. That would be
Yeah.
really funny. You'd have to go up, and as you went up, the screen would have to move.
What would be the point of that?
Or you could
Because they've got
turn
like
your monitor.
the Super Pac-Man, and that's or whatever it's called, like Ultimate Pac-Man, and it's like 3D and stuff.
No, I want that. I'm talking about old school waka 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 waka. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
same sound effects and everything.
Oh yeah.
I
In
heard someone-
4K.
I heard someone talking
Those
about
dots
Pac-Man.
look so good. Huh? That'd be so
That would be
awesome.
awful. It
Could
looked
you
like-
imagine?
It would look
They
like
got
Minecraft.
look. CES just happened. They could have 8K screen with
Oh.
old school
No.
Pac-Man. Look at those dots.
No.
Look at that black. Most of the screen is black.
Right.
Oh, the blacks look
I
so
heard-
good.
I heard someone talking about Pac-Man and said for the actual arcade cabinet, they made the game and it was in landscape and they just took the monitor and just turned it and put it inside there. So all the other games were made, I believe they were made in portrait,
Mhm.
and then Pac-Man was made in landscape and they just turned the
Yeah,
monitor
but-
and plonked it in there.
Yeah, but his orientation is always like this. His orientation
Right.
isn't like this.
Right.
I think he changes when he goes up and he turns over. But yes,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 8K Pac-Man, baby.
No, that's not a.
8K asteroids.
Oh
That should
God.
not be a thing.
8K arcade.
8K Pong.
8K.
What? That's like 2 lines and a dot.
Oh, that'd be so awesome. 8K, what was
What
that?
would be awesome about
Centipede.
that? I mean, seriously.
Oh,
8K
8K
Centipede.
Pong?
No.
Now, Centipede might be kind of hot. 8K though, or 4K, or high def.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe.
you could have that thing, the centipede that's moving around. It could actually be 3-dimensional, and the
Yeah.
little mushrooms that it's running around. That could be
That might
really,
be
really
interesting.
good.
Yeah.
Made like the same gameplay. It's still top down and still moving, but it's that one could be kind of cool because you could actually put a lot of detail into each one of those elements that are on the screen. That might be kind of neat.
Maybe.
Yeah, Pac-Man with the ghosts. Waka,
You
waka,
don't
waka,
need
waka.
8K Pac-Man.
8K Pac-Man.
No. Come
It'd
on
be
now.
fun to say.
What was that one game?
8K
Were you-
Pac.
What was that one game when where you have like the chunk of like bricks at the top and then you're at the bottom and you're bouncing a ball? What is that?
Breakout.
Yeah. But they have I don't know, it's not 4K, but they
Yeah,
have
but see those. I mean,
high
unless you're gonna make
definition.
it like 3-dimensional looking,
Yeah.
it's not a whole lot to. They're static and it's just bouncing.
Yeah.
Tetris, there's a new Tetris,
I knew
and they've been railing about the new Tetris game. There's been a lot of Tetrises,
Yeah,
if
I
you
know.
didn't know, and there's a new one out. I don't know. I don't think it's on the PC though. I think it's the platforms are like the PS4, I think,
Okay,
and
but
Xbox.
why Tetris?
Oh, Tetris is fun.
Is it?
Meh.
Tetris is fun.
Are you sure?
Tetris is fun. Dr. Mario was fun. I used to love playing Dr. Mario, but Tetris is fun.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
not positive about that?
Yes. Watch gameplay of Tetris.
I have.
Tetris is awesome.
It seems boring.
Oh, it seems boring. Yeah, it starts out really slow.
It's like.
And then you start winning, and you start building that confidence, and then all of a sudden,
Fuck you up.
they are coming down so fast, whatever your level is, coming down so fast that you're just like, oh my god, and it becomes super stressful, and you're on the verge of crying on your mommy's shoulder.
8K Dig Dug.
You could do that.
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug might be awesome if it was
Dig Dug
3D.
is fun.
No, Dig Dug was never really fun, but it was alright. Nah, it's kind of
I never got past the first level.
really. Come on, son. The first level.
In Banshee, I never.
First
no,
level of Dig
no,
Dug.
I never got past the third level.
I mean, it's Dig Dug. Come on.
Yeah,
Now.
I never got past the third level.
You're
I know
sad.
those. I know those first 3 levels.
All I can
super
say
well.
is you're a sad bunny. All right. So, you got anything else for the people? I think this is going to be a short one this week because we haven't played much.
Yeah. I haven't even gone back to the original Tomb Raider.
Ooh.
I didn't go back to that.
Got a lot to play. Got a lot to do.
Yeah.
Chop chop. On top of all that, looking at schools and looking at majors and looking at, SAT prep, which is probably something we need to get you on your iPad, and then you got to get all these games played. So, and don't forget the dishes and the laundry.
And the garbage in the cat pan.
Make a game out of it. Make a game out of scooping. Oh, that'd be an awesome game! Scoop the poop.
No.
You could design a new game.
No.
Scoop the poop.
That's not fun.
And you have to find a way to keep the cat out of the clean. Keep the cat away from the clean litter pan.
But then what is the point of that?
Because then you don't have to scoop the poop.
I know, but then they just pee on the couch.
No. You have to find a way to keep them away, but of course you can't keep them away. So you have to try to stop them, and then you have to go over and scoop the poop whenever they get by you, and that might be a fun game.
No.
In 8K.
God, no.
8K.
You don't need high definition.
We need high definition poop.
No, we don't.
That'd be so awesome.
No.
Yes.
We don't need high definition poop.
I mean, we got poop emojis. We might as well have high definition poop.
I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No. I really don't think so.
It'd be better than Overwatch. More popular than Fortnite.
I don't think
It'd be like Goat Simulator.
God.
High definition poop.
Freaking Goat Simulator.
You have it.
You could have zombie poop.
You can't. What? Poop.
Say goodbye to the people.
Yeah,
Say goodbye.
I haven't played any Overwatch either,
Say goodbye to the people.
or Destiny.
Say goodbye to the people.
Bye.
Do the wave thing.
No, that's not for this.
Peace.
I do the small wave.
Okay. It's so fast.
Yeah, it's a small wave. It's like a normal wave.
Oh.